Welcome back everyone to episode 12 of my Ironman progress video. It feels better saying everyone now because I have recently doubled the amount of subscribers I had, and yes, it may only be from 3 to 6, but it's still double. I'm counting it. It's doubled. I've doubled my subscribers and it feels great. The problem being now though is that I don't know where the subscribers are coming from, so I don't know what content people are looking for because I did upload a Pokemon pack opening. Don't know how many people have watched it, but I should hopefully have one of those out at the weekend, and maybe if I play enough RuneScape I will get another episode out at the weekend as well, so that'll be 4 episodes in like a week, and that is good going for me. But enough of all that, let's get straight into the content. We're going to start off with a bit of a fail and also a bit of a win, and that is I've started doing contracts. Now I didn't realise how great these farming contracts actually are, but as you can see in the clip, the first contract I did, it went a bit wrong, so I had to plant irit seeds, and I didn't realise you had to do it in the guild itself. I couldn't see a herb patch when I first went there, so I went and planted it on the Hespori patch. Was really excited to get my contract completed. Next morning, open it, do my farm run. Oh, this is going well. Contract, no, you haven't done it. Where's my gift? Where's my stuff? My seed pack is non-existent because I didn't put it in the right patch. And then I realised, oh, you have to do it in the farming guild if you want to complete the contract. After the fail was out of the way though, I managed to do a lot of contracts this week. And I regret not doing them in the past because they are very good. I'm getting a lot of good seeds, a lot of herb seeds which I really need, a few tree seeds here and there. And it's worth quite a lot of money. If I was actually not an Ironman, I'd make quite a bit of money doing this. But it's nice having all these seeds in the bank, and it's quite an easy thing to do each day. It's getting me a bit of farming XP, it's getting me herb lore XP, so all in all, really great thing to do. So earlier I also mentioned a slight win as well with these contracts. Not only the herb seeds and the different things you get from doing it, but also I found out, I don't know if this is common knowledge, but when I was doing it I found out that if you have the plants or the allotments already done and you get that contract, you can actually claim it and basically do 2 contracts in a row. Luckily I managed to record a little bit of what I mean because it's kind of difficult to explain, or I'm struggling to process it in my head. But basically I completed a farming contract, then asked for another contract. Now this contract happened to be an allotment I had planted previously because I found out about this little thing before when I was doing watermelons. I basically planted 2 watermelon allotments and then only harvested one of them, and then when I got a contract later on it allowed me to use that other one that I planted before actually accepting the contract. This is getting more and more confusing as words keep waffling out my mouth, and I can't help it, I apologise, but let's look at the clip. Seeing as I've been doing a fair few of these contracts now, it occurred to me that the level 65 contract, which is the middle tier, you normally get strawberries or watermelons in the allotments. Also, for the herbs, you normally get irit or avanto, both of which I need. So what I do is I plant them in advance and hope that I get that contract the second time. So as you can see, I completed a contract and then I asked for another contract. That contract are strawberries. Now, I had already planted them strawberries before and had them growing the day before. And I could harvest them and instantly complete the contract. This means that more often than not, I'm actually getting double the amount of seed packs because I've already got the allotment or herbs or tree or even bush sometimes or cactus already planted, ready to actually just check the health of, because you only get cactus or the cactus tree thing, I can't remember what the other one's called, the potato cactus or potato cacti in the top. Then normally it's a yew tree in the tree patch, so I plant them all up and just get them ready so that when she gives me the contract it's already done. And if not, I'm still getting the farming XP and some good, I was gonna say resources, but after the last episode I'm trying to avoid that word, but yeah, some good items nonetheless. Whilst waiting for a few of these contracts to come through, I decided just to pickpocket the master farmer because I didn't realise there was one in the farming guild. So I was doing that and trying to get the Renar seeds that I needed, although the contracts have done pretty well in getting me a lot of the seeds I need. And then I just went about, after completing the first contract finally, after my little bit of a failure, I went and did a few quests. The quests I did were quite easy, ones that just give a large amount of quest points considering how easy they are, and that is, you guessed it, to work towards the Legends quest. Now I did Vampire Slayer, Prince Ali Rescue and Black Knight's Fortress, all giving I think 3 quest points each, Really easy, really quick. Nice addition to my quest point pool. I guess you could call it. That's what I'm calling it now, the quest point pool. This episode is going to show quite a few gains because I tried like rounding off some of my levels, tried raising some that were quite low, and Slayer was one of my lowest. So I went and did Slayer, but even though I'm in Xanaris getting the level 70 combat tasks, I'm getting really low level monsters, like Rock Slugs was one of them. And I'm not sure why. I also got Scarabs, but I think it's because I don't have like other certain requirements that allow me to get the tougher monsters like blue dragons and things like that. However, I did get some steel boots from the Scarabs, which is like a little addition, a minor boost to my gear, and it's definitely my best in slot boots at the moment, so you know, not all bad. As one of the skills I wanted to raise the level of quite significantly was thieving, I decided to bite the bullet and learn how to do Rogue's Den. Now, this had a few mishaps in it. I had to watch a guide pretty much every time I was actually completing the maze, but eventually I learnt the route and it became pretty quick. Not only that, but my first ever run of Rogue's Den actually got me a crate, and my second run got me a crate as well, so that was 2 pieces straight off the bat, nice and easy. I then got my first Rose kit. Now these seem pretty interesting, cool, but I don't think they're really worth the grind. They're like a stackable item, which could be like a rope or a tinderbox, which may have its uses in certain scenarios, but all in all, I don't think I'm going to be grinding out a load of Rogue's Den just to get these kits when I can just use an extra inventory slot and it'll be a lot easier. To my surprise, it didn't actually take that long to get the full set of rogues, so I should have done it a lot earlier, but I've learned how to do it now, so if I ever make a new account, I'll definitely do that again. I got a few more kits, and at one point I got nothing, apart from the trash XP that like activity gives you, so that was a bit annoying. But yeah, anyway, Rogues is finally complete on the account, which is a nice addition. I then decided to try my hand at some blackjacking. Now, it's actually quite easy once you get into a rhythm. Like, it's quite difficult to get into that rhythm, but once you've got that rhythm, it's really nice and easy to learn how to do the knockout and the pickpocket. I found it quite difficult to find like a decent guide on it, because there are a few mechanics that kind of save you a bit, and there's a few places you can stand which are a lot easier. If you accidentally get in combat, you can just go up the ladder and then get rid of the aggro, things like that, which I learned as I was doing it. Made my life a bit easier, and I got 60 thieving pretty quick. Like, it's a really quick XP. Like grind, I guess I'd call it. But I didn't even realise how much cash I was making. I'm making a lot of GP from thieving at the moment, and it's really nice. It may even allow me just to buy the full set of rune, as opposed to trying to kill things for it, which I might do. Might just bite the bullet and use it, and get it out of the way. Oh, and unfortunately, I had to go back to the skill I hate the most. Like, I hate this skill. I went back to agility. No one likes agility. What a useless skill. I'm sorry, but like, oh, you get a few shortcuts, sick, nice one, but in all, do I rather have a good life or do I do agility? Yeah, I'd rather have a good life. 55 agility was got. I got my 4th bit of graceful. The second I complete graceful, I am not touching agility until I have to get it as a 99. Like, I just hate it. I just think it's boring. I realise that this is a bit of a mismatch of an episode. It doesn't really have a very linear like style to it. It's just a lot of random stuff, because then I went and did barrows. Tried my hand at barrows again. Guess what? Got nothing. Yeah, I'm really losing the patience. 27 runs dry at the moment, and I just don't know. It just doesn't seem to want to give me anything decent. After trying my hand at blackjacking in the rogues gear, I also decided to go and do some master farmers, double seeds, which is incredible. Should have done it a lot earlier, because if I ever get over an R seed drop, that's 2 instantly, 2 good runs. I also did claim some more seed packs, and they just give you so much. They're so useful. I love them. And then after that was the first time I tried Hespori. Now you may be wondering, like, T, why did you say tried Hespori? Well, the reason I say tried, ladies and gentlemen, is because I tried and I failed like 4 times. I used a lot of resources on this one, I'll tell you that much. I hate that word now. God damn that word. For my first attempt, I decided to use melee, and this was probably the closest attempt I actually had to killing Hespori. I thought I had a pretty good inventory setup. I used the best gear I could. I got it down to a tiny amount of health, but unfortunately ran out of food, so I had to leave. I then decided to re-gear and try magic on Hespori. Forgot my anti-poison. That was the first fail of this little fight. But with mage, I found it was less consistent. Like, I didn't hit as often, but when I did hit, I did a lot bigger hits. I did take a dragon long just to kill the little plants around the outside as well, because it's like one hit and it kills them. But yeah, I couldn't figure out, I was missing something. I think now I'm going to give it a go again, maybe today or tomorrow, because with my recent herb lore levels, I've actually got super anti-poisons, which means I'll just be able to take one of those, which frees up about 2 inventory spaces for more food. I also will probably just do it with melee and use a super attack, which I have now. You know, hopefully with these potions, I might just be able to kill it and get a good amount of XP, hopefully get the bottomless compost bucket or whatever it's called, and yeah, plant my other Hespori seeds and get ready to start farming that. Seeing as I think I waffled on quite a bit in the beginning, I'm just going to go through a few things quickly. Level wise that I've got recently, so 60 agility, thank God for that. Not going near that skill for a long time, didn't unfortunately get enough marks of grace for my next piece of graceful, but it's coming in time. Like, for now I'm leaving that skill at 60, it looks nice and I don't want to touch it again. I got 60 mining, quite an easy one, just motherload mine AFK, sometimes on my mobile, if I'm like watching TV or something. And 60 cooking, I actually did that for free. I didn't have any food, but I went to the Hespori range, I guess, the mess hall I think it's called. And it wasn't the fastest XP because I could only do the mid-tier cooking item, but I didn't actually need that much XP to get to 60, so it was quite quick. And once I hit 65, I might use that to get a few levels in anyway, because it is pretty fast and you know, it's free. I don't have to gather any resources to do it, unlike other skills like herb lore and rune crafting, smithing, things like that. I can just go sort it out, done and dusted. Cool, blimey, another fail in this episode. There's been a lot of fails, less wins than fails I think in this episode, but that came in the form of rune crafting. Now, I'd worked out how many PRS I'd need to get to 40 rune crafting by making lava runes. Now, not only did I forget the earth runes in the first part, I also didn't realise that it actually used up the earth talisman every time you made an inventory of them. I haven't got that many earth talismans, no, so I had to go back to fire runes and craft them, which meant I only got to 35 rune crafting at the moment. It's going to take a while to get that up, but I still prefer it to agility, because no one likes agility. Another easy skill, and what I think is vital to my account, is Hunter. I got it to 65 mainly by doing red salamanders and a few birdhouse runs, but after I've done a bit of thieving, I'm definitely going to get Hunter. I'm hoping to get it to 83 so that I can start to catch dragon implants. I think they drop amulets of glory, or at least the dragonstone amulet, and then I can enchant it with the scrolls I've got from treasure trails or clue scrolls. And I think Hunter is going to be a big one for my account, not only for like getting red chins as well, because that's what I'll train on, which means it will also train my range quite quickly. I think it's just going to be a great skill to have. So thieving and Hunter are my main big ones on the account next. I may even 99 thieving because it's quite quick. It's about as quick as fire making really if you're doing Menophyte Thugs. So yeah, looking forward to that, and that is my next sort of plan in the account, I think. The next 2 skills that I trained actually required quite a lot of prep time. Now they were herb lore and construction. So for herb lore, I did a lot of farming runs to get Irrit leaves. I made Irrit unfinished potions so that I could get to 48, making super attacks, until eventually getting 48 to make super anti-poisons until 50. I also invested most of the money I got from thieving into construction, so I went from level 40 to 50. At 50 I'll probably get the demon butler because my method was quite slow, having to turn building mode on and off. But yeah, I got 50 construction. It cost about 250k I think, making oaks into planks. I did that in the woodcutting guild, but still pretty long to prep for that. Hopefully later on in the account when I'm bossing and I get some bigger drops of planks, it will be a bit easier. Unfortunately, I'm actually going to start to end this episode here. I didn't realise how much I'd waffled on. I've just checked my audio folder and it says 15 minutes. So I do have quite a lot more clips to go through, but I guess I'll split that and put it into the next episode. As always, if you have made it this far, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't checked out the other episodes in the series, go check them out. If you are one of the new subscribers here and are keeping up with this series, then thank you very much. It means a lot. As always, subscribe, like/dislike, comment if you have any suggestions or things I should be doing on my Ironman that are going to help me out. Please suggest them. Let's have a little chat in the comments below. If you know anyone else that might enjoy this series, please share it with them. Share it around. Follow me on socials, Twitter and Twitch. And yeah, hope you enjoy your weekends, have a great time, hope you're all doing well, and peace out, peeps.